Okay. Okay. My screen is visible now.
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday we have studied about tissue, and
But ma'am,
we have
PPT is not visible, ma'am.
yeah, I have not shared my PPT yet and on my screen. I it will be visible when I will share it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yesterday we have just studied about tissue, and please anyone tell me which part of tissue have we studied yesterday?
Epithelial
Yeah. And
and
what?
connective we started.
Yeah. And what are the main two parts or two categories of epithelium tissue?
Simple and compound.
And furthermore, divisions of simple.
Squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, and pseudostratified.
Very good. Anyone else? Divisions of compound. Anyone else? Bhavisha, are you
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you categorize the compound epithelium tissue?
Ma'am, just like a cuboid or columnar or that
The
ciliated
main
and that one.
parts of compound, those are the further parts of something else. Please tell me the main parts of compound epithelium tissue.
Sorry, ma'am.
Anyone else?
Transition and stratified.
Very good. So only Usha is studying. No problems. You will judge yourself on this. Okay. We will start today with connective tissue. So connective tissue is found everywhere in the body, found in between other tissues, widely distributed tissues. It consists of cells surrounded by compartment of fluid called extracellular matrix. We all have studied all these yesterday only. And the functions of connective tissue are it binds the body and supports the body and provides protection. Now, there are 7 types of connective tissue. First one is areolar connective tissue. Second was adipose tissue, adipose connective tissue. Third is dense connective tissue. Fourth is hemopoietic connective tissue, which is blood. Fifth is cartilage connective tissue. Sixth is bone. And seventh is lymphoid connective tissue. I'm so sorry. I should rotate the phone. Yeah. So we will go for the further details of areolar connective tissue. It is most widely distributed connective tissue. It is soft tissue composed of cells and fibers. You can see in the picture. It is not only made up of cells, it also contains fiber. And some varieties of cells are also found. Not only similar kinds of cells are there in connective tissue, varieties of cells are also found. And the fibers are white collagen fibers, yellow elastic fibers, reticular fibers. These types of fibers are found in areolar connective tissue, found in dermis layer of skin, blood vessels, nerve bundles, and muscles and organs. So, areolar connective tissue is found in dermis layer of skin, blood vessels, nerve bundles, muscles, and organs. Next is adipose connective tissue, containing free fat inside the fat cells. Adipose tissue, we all have, almost all of us have heard about adipose tissue, that are fat cells containing free fat inside the fat cells. Those are known as adipocytes. Cells are generally large, rounded, or oval in shape. Many cells contain large lipid deposits. Many cells, not only they are fat cells, they also contain large lipid deposits too. And their functions are insulate the body, protect some organs, serves as a fuel storage, found in subcutaneous tissue, peritoneum, yellow bone marrow, mammary gland. So these are the areas where we can found adipose connective tissue. Generally, these are fat tissue. So these are the functions. Now, dense connective tissue. More fibers or fewer cells, means fibers are more in dense connective tissue and cells are very few. Mainly two types, white fibrous tissue, and white fibrous tissue is made up of white shiny fibers. Fibers are thin. Individual fibers do not branch but bundle freely branch, made up of collagen protein. So these fibers are made up of collagen protein, and the functions of this fibrous tissue is protection against stretch and pressure. Okay, you can see the structure here. And next one is yellow elastic tissue, made up of yellow fibers. Fibers are thick, so white fibers were thin and yellow fibers are thick. Individual fiber branch freely and join to form network. Individual fibers, they join and form a network made up of elastic protein. The first one, the white elastic tissue was made up of collagen protein, but yellow elastic tissue is made up of elastic protein. Functions are extensibility and elasticity. And the functions of white are what? Protection and stretch. And yellow are extensibility and elasticity. So, examples are tendon, ligaments. You all know what are tendons and what are ligaments? Please anyone answer me.
Tendons connect, I think if I'm not wrong, they connect bone with the muscle.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Don't be afraid of talking. You are correct.
And ligament is, it connects muscle to muscle.
No. Ligaments connect bone to bone.
Sorry,
Tendons
yeah,
connect
bone
muscle
to
to
bone.
bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very good. At least you have tried. So these are the examples of dense connective tissue. Okay. And there are two types of dense connective tissue. First one is white fibrous tissue and second one is yellow fibrous tissue. And some differences are there. White fibrous tissue are thin, fibers are thin. Yellow are thick. They are made up of collagen protein. Yellow are made up of which protein? Anyone?
Elastin.
Yeah?
Elastin protein.
Yeah, very good. Elastin protein. And functions are a little difference are there in the function. White protect against stretch and pressure, and yellow extensibility and elasticity. Yellow fibers are extensible and elastic. Now,
Ma'am, what do you mean by this sentence? Individual fibers branch freely and join to form a network.
yeah, they branch means they come together and they form a branch. Individual fiber branch freely and join to form network. Means they are not connected complexly. They are joining freely, but they appear like a network. Means
Do you have a picture of that?
no, I don't have that picture, but हम ऐसे समझ सकते हैं कि वो इंडिविजुअल है, थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है, इंडिविजुअल है, वो मतलब वो एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए नहीं है, पर एक दूसरे के ऊपर ऐसे हैं कि वो नेटवर्क के जैसा दिख रहा है. वो एक दूसरे से अलग अलग है, ऐसा नहीं कि एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं, इंटरलिंक्ड है, एक दूसरे से बाइंडेड है, ऐसा नहीं है, पर वो एक दूसरे के ऊपर ऐसे अवस्था में है कि वो लगता है नेटवर्क जैसा है. As like when we weave a net, then we weave the threads, we interlink the threads. As if one thread is switched off, then all threads will come out one by one. So they are interlinked with each other. But here, if we pull one thread, all threads will not come out. They are individual. They are not interlinked. Have you got it?
Kind of, ma'am.
सॉरी, जैसे कि हमारा कोई स्वेटर होता है या फिर कोई नेट होता है, तो ऐसा होता है ना कि हम एक थ्रेड खींचते हैं तो एक एक करके सारा ही निकल ही जाता है. तो वो कैसे वीव हुआ रहता है कि सारे इंटरलिंक्ड है, एक दूसरे से सारे जुड़े हुए हैं, वो इंडिविजुअल रहे नहीं.
Yeah.
बट यहाँ पे क्या है, हम अगर एक फाइबर को निकाल लेंगे तो बाकी फाइबर्स जैसे के वैसे रहेंगे. वो एक फाइबर निकालने से पूरा नेटवर्क खराब नहीं हो जाएगा.
Okay.
Yeah. So next one is blood connective tissue. Blood is fluid in nature, so it is fluid connective tissue. Blood cells surrounded by fluid matrix, means the blood plasma we are talking about. So blood cells are surrounded by fluid matrix or blood plasma. Composition of blood are fluid fraction plasma is matrix 55%. This is a very important question in net point of view, and I think previous questions contain this question. How much is the percentage of plasma in blood? So it is 55% of total blood volume. Blood plasma is 55% of total blood volume. And formed elements contribute 45%. So other blood cells and platelets contain 45% of total blood volume. Circulates constantly around the body. So each and every time our blood is circulating throughout the body. And the functions are obviously transportation. It transports necessary nutrients and minerals throughout the body. regulates the body pH. Obviously, when our unwanted or extra material is in the body, we excrete through our excretions, and it happens through blood only. When blood is going to the filtration or kidney, then only we can excrete our unwanted material. So, regulation of pH. And white blood cells destroy microbes. We all know white blood cells are our defense system. And clotting factors. Obviously, this is a very important factor. When our body is getting injured, then our collagen fibers and platelets clot the blood so that blood loss can be prevented. So these are the main functions of blood. Next one is cartilage connective tissue. These are firmer than other connective tissue. So these are somewhat firmer, means I think you all know the meaning of firmer means दृढ़ कह सकते हैं हम इसको हिंदी में. So these are something a bit more hard or a bit more stronger than other connective tissues. That is why former word is used here. And the functions are protection, reduces friction between joints, holds bones together, and the main three types are hyaline cartilage and fibrocartilage and elastic cartilage. So these are the main three types of cartilage. We will go for the details. Hyaline cartilage is most common cartilage composed of collagen fibers and rubbery matrix and located on ends of articulating bones. Like if we go for the example of knee joint, then the articulating bones are what? Anyone answer me? What are the articulating bones of knee joint? Articulation means joint.
Tibula and fibula.
Yeah, please go ahead. You are going somewhat right. Please go ahead. See, don't afraid of talking in the class.
Tibia and fibula, ma'am.
And what is the next?
Humerus.
Articulating bones
No,
of
sorry,
knee joint.
femur.
Yeah, knee joint is consisting of both lower leg and upper leg. So upper leg is consisting of femur bone and lower leg is of tibia and fibula. So our knee joint is made up of both three. Okay. So this hyaline cartilage is located on the ends of articulating bones, like in between femur, tibia and fibula. This hyaline cartilage can be found, forming the costal cartilage which attach the ribs of sternum. So when we can see this, when we see the structure of chest or chest bones, sternum is the middle bone or chest bone. So the when rib bones or the bones of means costal bones join to sternum, there also we can find this hyaline cartilage. Next one is fibrocartilage, highly compressible. It is highly compressible. We can compress it highly. Strongest type of cartilage. So, which type of cartilage is strongest? Fibrocartilage is strongest cartilage. Slightly flexible tissue. Matrix is semi-rigid and filled with white fibers. Form cushion-like disc between vertebrae. So, if you have seen the structure of vertebrae, or you can see here too. You can see the structure of vertebrae here. So in between each vertebra, There are type of cushion-like structure, pink colored. You can see in the picture, it is pink colored here. So this cushion-like structure absorbs the shock, and these are made up of these fibrocartilage. Okay, these are highly compressible. When you do back bending or something, body movement which needs compression in the vertebrae, so the shock is absorbed by these fibrocartilage or cushion-like disc in between each vertebra. Slightly flexible tissue, matrix is semi-rigid and filled with white fibers. Forms cushion-like disc between vertebrae. Elastic cartilage is next one. It contains elastic fibers, provides strength and elasticity, provides support and maintains shape. Located in external ear, larynx, epiglottis and blood vessels. So these are the three types of cartilage we have found, and our cartilage connective tissue ends here. Now, bone connective tissue. Bone is the strong type of connective tissue composed of bone cells or osteocytes. So bone cells are known as osteocytes. Don't be confused about all these terms. Please listen carefully and read. You will get it very easily. So osteocytes are bone cells in lacunae, cavities. Means here cavities are termed as lacunae. Hard matrix of calcium ions and large number of collagen fibers. Okay, so this bone tissue is composed of bone cells in lacunae and hard matrix of calcium ions and large number of collagen fibers. So these are the components of bone connective tissue. What are the components? Bone cells, hard matrix of calcium ions and large number of collagen fibers. Next is inorganic component of matrix accounts for 65% of total bone tissue. Inorganic components of matrix accounts for 65% of total bone tissue, especially calcium and phosphate. So 65% of total bone tissue is generally made up of calcium and phosphate. This provides strength and rigidity to our body. Main functions are body framework. Obviously, our skeletal system is responsible for the framework of our body. Our structure depends on our skeletal system only. Now, body support. It supports the body, obviously. Body movement are also depending upon the joints and bones. Protection of internal organs. You all know how rib cage protects our chest cavity or lungs, heart, all these vital organs. And our brain is protected by skull. Also, our sexual organs are also protected by our hip bones. And now, storage of minerals. Also, bone tissue store minerals like calcium, phosphate. Formation of blood cells. Obviously, this is an important question. Our blood cells are formed from bones only. So our blood cells are formed from bones only. Bones should be much more stronger in our body. So do you know If anybody know, please answer me. From which part of bone blood cells are formed?
Marrow.
Yeah, very good. Bone marrow forms our blood cells. Now, the next and last one is lymphoid connective tissue, known as reticular connective tissue. Consists of reticulin fibers with various type of leukocytes like monocytes, lymphocytes, and reticular cell. So, what are these leukocytes? Anybody? Anyone? What are these leukocytes? Okay, no problem. Leukocytes are our white blood cells. Is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, monocytes means?
Monocytes are the type of white blood cells. If we go
Okay.
for the further division of white blood cells, it is of 5 types.
As you
So,
said that lymphocytes are white blood cells, then monocytes are type of white blood cells?
yeah, lymphocytes, leukocytes are white blood cells, and monocytes or lymphocytes are types of white blood cells. Okay, there are more 3 types of white blood cells. Total 5 types of white blood cells are there. If you will study white blood cell, you will find 5 types of white blood cells. So, this lymphoid connective tissue consists of reticular fibers with various type of leukocytes and reticular cells found in bone marrow, lymph nodes, spleen, thymus gland, and tonsils. And the functions are support immune response, important component of body's different defenses, protects from infection and foreign bodies. This lymphatic system supports our immune system directly, and its important component of body defense. It is an important component of body defense. It protects from infection and foreign bodies. So these are the lymph nodes you can see in the various parts of body. No, our connective tissue ends here. We will go for the further one, muscular tissue. All muscle cells are elongated. For this reason, it is called muscle fibers, vary with function and location in the body. So all muscle cells are elongated. For this reason, it is also called muscle fibers. Do you get it? Means all muscle fibers are elongated. Muscles are not round in shape. Muscle fibers, if we go for the muscle cells, each muscle cell, then muscle cells are generally elongated and it is spindle shaped. Spindle shaped means the 2 ends of muscle cells are a bit narrower and the middle of muscle cell is thicker. Means you can see if I put the structure. Yeah, here it is. You can see these are the 2 muscle fibers. The end part of both ends of muscle fiber are narrower and the middle of muscle fiber is wider. That is called spindle shape. So each muscle fiber is kind of this spindle shape and elongated. That is why it is known as muscle fiber. So they vary with function and location in the body. Muscular tissue combined with nerves, blood vessels, and various connective tissue. If we talk about muscular tissue, then muscular tissue contains all these blood vessels, nerves, and various connective tissue like tendons, all this. able to contract and relax. These are the connective tissue, means muscle tissue is the connective tissue which can relax and contract. And the functions of muscle tissue are movement, maintains posture, produces heat, facial expressions, pumps blood, and control breathing and digestion. Now, there are three types of muscular tissue. First one is skeletal muscle, second one is smooth muscle, third one is cardiac muscle. So why this cardiac muscle is so special that it is branched in a different way, or it is typed in a different way? Why it is so important? Can anyone tell me? हार्ट और कार्डियक मसल इतना इम्पोर्टेंट क्यों है कि इसको अलग से टाइप ही कहा गया?
It is involuntary in nature.
Yeah, it is involuntary. Many more muscles are also involuntary, means smooth muscles are also involuntary. So why smooth muscles are not like our stomach is also made up of smooth muscle, our intestines are also made up of smooth muscle, but intestine muscle is not categorized in a different part, or stomach muscle is categorized into different part, but cardiac muscle is categorized in a different way. Why?
Maybe, ma'am, I don't know, but I'm also not sure about it, but still, maybe it contains some characteristic of skeletal muscles and some characteristic of smooth muscles, both combined. Maybe that's why.
No, not like that.
It is in heart, ma'am. Near heart, what is very important of.
Yeah, please repeat.
It is in near heart region. Cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles in heart region, ma'am.
It can transport electric impulses.
No, the answers are not satisfying.
Actually,
Okay.
ma'am, skeletal muscle is also called strips muscles, na?
Yeah, skeletal
उसमें
muscles
तो
are also called strip
हाँ.
muscles.
Then cardiac muscle is also stripped, but it's not follow all the characteristics of skeletal muscles.
Ma'am,
May
can I
Smooth
give it a
muscles are
try?
following some rhythmic movement.
anyone left?
Ma'am, maybe I'm just thinking through. I don't know the answer, but I'm just speculating and thinking. It could be because of the function it does. Like it's a muscle which works right from the time of conception, I mean, formation of the heart and the fetus until the time the person passes away. So it's a muscle which works throughout the lifespan of a human.
Yeah, very good. This answer is satisfying. Very good. So our heart never stops. It is continuously working from the heart is born in the fetus. When we are in the womb of our mother, from that time it is working and it will work till death. It never takes rest even. Every muscle in the body takes rest every day. But our heart not even take rest in the time of sleep, any time. It never stops from the zygote, not zygote, from the womb to our death. That is why it is very specialized kind of muscle, and it is having more and more mitochondria for producing ATPs, for continuously pumping. Heart muscles are very specialized kind of muscles. That is why they are categorized in a different way, cardiac muscles. So, we will proceed to skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscles are known as voluntary or striated muscle. cylindrical in shape and structure. Cells are long, striated. Multinuclear cells are there in skeletal muscles. Okay. During when we were studying cell, we have studied that there are cells anucleated, mononucleated, and multinucleated. So this multinucleated means more than one nucleus is present in a single cell. So this multinucleated cell can be found in skeletal muscles because skeletal muscles are a bit more larger and they have to work hard. As you know, we walk by our hands and our legs. So these muscles need much more brain, as you can say. Okay, these muscles need much more controller. That is why they are multinucleated. And next one is widely distributed muscle. These muscles are widely distributed, means all over the body we can found muscles. Help in locomotion. Obviously, without muscles we can't move. Locomotion means movement. So muscles help in our locomotion. And these are skeletal muscles are under voluntary control. Obviously, we can move our skeletal muscles through as per our wish. So these are voluntary muscles like neck, shoulder, limbs. Limbs means our hands and legs. Back, bicep, tricep, hamstring.
And why did you, what did you say for the reason for multinucleated? You said there's a reason why they are multinucleated.
Yeah, these cells are larger. Muscle cells are larger. Maybe this logic is not right because I'm not telling it as per scientific evidence. It's just my logic. I may be wrong, but I think this might be because these cells are larger and they are having more than one nucleus. So as like Jammu and Kashmir having two capitals. You people know, na? Jammu and Kashmir having two capitals.
Yeah.
So why these two capitals are there? Because of their geographical location. One the northern side capital can't be regulated in the winter season. That is why two capitals are there in Jammu and Kashmir. Like that only, our muscle cells also having multinucleus.
Okay.
So we will proceed. Smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are known as involuntary or smooth or non-striated or visceral muscles. Okay, these are the names names of smooth muscles. You have to remember these. These are involuntary. These are non-striated. Not names. These are qualities of smooth muscle. So smooth muscles are involuntary. They are non-striated and they are found in visceral area. That is why it is known as visceral muscles. Okay, they are involuntary in nature. We can't move our visceral muscles as per our wish. Like I am going to increase my rate of peristalsis now. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है ना कि peristalsis movement you know.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, please tell me.
The movement of the food that we swallow from the passage of that food bolus from the mouth to the esophagus.
Not
That-
only to the esophagus, it's throughout
Down-
our digestive tract.
Yeah.
So when we swallow food or when we swallow grass, then the journey of the of the food from our mouth, esophagus, and throughout the digestive system, it is the movement is known as peristalsis movement. तो ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि मैं अपने इच्छा से अपनी पेरिस्टल्सिस मूवमेंट अभी बढ़ा रही हूँ, या फिर मैं अपनी स्टमक की सिक्रेशंस अभी बढ़ा दूंगी, ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता. सो these are involuntary in nature. These smooth muscles found in visceral area, and these are involuntary in nature. Visceral area means our हमारे जो abdomen region है, ये visceral region कहा जाता है, इसे visceral area है ये. तो इस एरिया पे स्मूथ मसल्स जनरली मिलते हैं और ये इनवॉलेंट्री होते हैं, नॉन स्ट्राइटेड होते हैं. दे आर लॉन्ग स्पिंडल शेप्ड इन स्ट्रक्चर. You can see here they are long and spindle shaped, located in walls of hollow visceral organs except heart. Heart is different. So except heart, our whole visceral area organs, hollow organs like stomach, gallbladder, these all are made up of smooth muscles. Hollow visceral organs are these, and walls of these organs are made up of smooth muscles. Mononucleus cells. So smooth muscles are mononucleus cells. Only skeletal muscle is having multinucleated cells. These are under involuntary control. Example, muscle in wall of stomach, urinary bladder, liver, lungs, and kidney. Now, the last one is cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle known as heart muscle or myocardium. Cardiac muscles are also known as myocardium. Located in the walls of heart. Branching striated cells. These cells are branched and they are striated. And striated means a long strip structure can be found in the wall of muscles. So this is under involuntary control. Obviously, we can't control our heartbeat. We can try to control our heartbeat, but by some practices of advanced yoga like advanced pranayam, or Siddha yogis can do that, but we general people can't control our heart muscles. Function is to pump blood. Obviously, heart is made for to pump blood. Contraction of this muscle help in pumping of blood throughout the body. So, is it enough for today or we will go further? I think it's enough.
That's enough, ma'am.
Okay. So, any questions?
Ma'am, what is the shape of skeletal muscles?
Skeletal muscles are also elongated shaped. They are elongated shaped, means long in structure. You can see here. You can see here in this photo. This is long in structure. Okay.
Ma'am, sorry to disturb you. I'll have to leave, ma'am. Can I?
Yeah, obviously the class is over now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So, is there any questions more?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, we will conclude the class with prayer. Sit comfortably. Upright your spine. Close your eyes. Adapt Namaskar Mudra in front of your chest. Now repeat the prayer. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.